Just recently, I managed to get my Dragunov to Fujin rank in Tekken 8, and I even entered a local at an anime convention I was at and got second place, which was really cool. And I figured, I kind of feel like I'm good at Tekken. I'll make a video about how I learned Tekken since I started playing in November and what I do to get better, yada yada yada. And then I looked online and realized that a not insignificant portion of Tekken players really hate Dragunov right now. And I can't imagine posting a video about how I'm good at Dragunov and how I can teach you to be good at Dragunov would go over super well, given the current climate around Dragunov's balancing in Tekken 8. So I decided to start up a new character, in this case Nina, start learning Nina, get her to blue. And after playing a new character, I've kind of realized that, yeah, Dragunov is really strong, and playing him might have caused me to take some shortcuts in the learning process. So this is instead going to be a video about how my main, Dragunov, might be a little overtuned at the moment. So the first thing I noticed is just how easy it is to run your offense on Dragunov. You can pretty much be running your offense 24/7, short of if the opponent manages to block one of your lows on a good 50-50 guess or something like that, or is really good at throw breaking. There's pretty much no reason you should stop attacking with Dragunov. He has great moves with huge plus frames, he can set up a lot of counter hit opportunities or frame traps, and it just seems like there's always something you can do with Dragunov to make sure you're right up in their face. And as such, as I've started playing Nina, I've realized that my defensive capabilities in Tekken are really bad. I relied pretty heavily on Dragunov just letting me run offense whenever I want, that I kind of neglected some of the more defensive capabilities. I don't super know when power crushing is the best option outside of when people are mashing strings, and I can't block a snake edge to save my life. So thank you, Dragunov, for letting me just run my offense as much as I want. So the two things that I've realized really made me not have to play neutral with Dragunov are his while running 2 and his heat burst. His while running 2 is pretty infamous at this point, so I don't think there's a lot to say. It is susceptible to sidestepping, but that's not always something people are going to be thinking about, especially if you're kind of varying up your offense or your approaches. No, his real egregious thing is his heat burst move. Whenever you're in a situation where you do lose the opportunity to run your offense, go ahead and just hit heat, you'll get an armored move, and you'll be in heat from then on. And then if it ever happens again, just hit heat burst. Or if you just want to keep up your plus frames, just hit heat burst. It's 3-hit mid with super strong tracking, even if they manage to sidestep the first hit or something, and it gives you huge plus frames on block. Yeah, it's an exceptional move, it's way too good, it forces 50-50s, and it just means I can run my offense forever. The other move that I really enjoyed on Dragunov is his hatchet kick. Now, I picked up Dragunov back when I first started playing Tekken in November, because I was like, oh, a cool CQC guy, I like Metal Gear Solid, this guy feels kind of Metal Gear Solid-y. And he did not have that hatchet kick. The addition of it in Tekken 8 has been immense for your damage capabilities. Having I believe it's 22 frames, so it's right on the cusp of being reactable, but for the most part, not reactable hatchet. It's super minus if they do block it, but if they don't, you're like +7 or something on hit, and if it counter hits, you get a knockdown, and you just get to get Oki and run your offense once more. It's way super duper strong. And I play Nina, who also has a similar hatchet on counter hit. It does do a tumble into a guaranteed follow-up, but the kick itself does way less damage than Dragunov's does. Dragunov's does an immense amount of damage that if you just hit that hatchet kick like 4 times in a row when you're psyching out your opponent, there's like nothing they can do. And now I want to talk about his real bread and butter, my favorite move in the entire game, Dragunov's back 4. This has got to be one of the most versatile, busted moves for running offense in the entire game. It's a fairly quick mid that comes out and has a bunch of different extensions off of it. You can do just back 4, you can do back 4-3 for a heat engager that if it's blocked, you're still safe. You can do back 4-2-1, which is a string that can be ducked on the last hit. However, if you counter hit with the back 4-2-1, if they're trying to jab after the back 4-2, then you get a counter hit and a guaranteed crouch grab, which is a heat engager, and if they don't block the back 4-2-1, you're +1 on that, so you can set up a really nice frame trap with your 1-2-1 counter hit combo, which is also a heat engager, and is also hit confirmable, so if they don't press anything, you just don't have to commit to that string. He also has back 4-2, which you can just leave at that if you want, which is mid-mid, and he also has back 4-2 tackle, which is a nice little mix-up, and overall, yeah, back 4 as a move is just so strong. There are so many options out of it to vary up your different approaches in your offense, whether you want to try to go for plus frames, whether you want to try to go for a sneaky tackle, whether you just want to do some quick mid checks with just back 4. It's super duper strong, and it hits grounded. And after his up forward 1+2 grab, which used to be a forward 1+2 grab in Tekken 7, kind of nice that they changed it. I found that input a little harder to do. You get a guaranteed back 4. Now I will note, according to the patch notes for the Eddie Gordo patch, this does look like it is going to be fixed. I don't think getting a guaranteed back 4 was intended after that 1+2 grab, especially since if the opponent quick stands or tries to do a mid wake-up kick, you get a full back 4-2-1 combo or a back 4-3 heat engager. It's nuts. It's crazy busted. I don't really know how it got to this state, but it's nuts. So yeah, you just get to run your offense. You get in super easily with Heat Burst or while running 2. You get a really nasty low now, so you don't just have to rely on down 2 for low pokes, and that's not even accounting for the full crouch down forward 1-4 setup that Dragunov has as well in his hatchet kick, which is crazy strong. And then you just have such a varied like mid poke offense starter with back 4. It's crazy busted, and plus his throw game in the game with unblockable throws on heat crushes and counter hit throws that make the reaction window like 10 frames or something like that for breaking, which is basically a guaranteed throw. It's just overall Dragunov seems crazy stupid strong, and I realize that maybe this hyper aggressive playstyle that he kind of endorses has made me not the best at learning Tekken. I may have foregone a lot of defensive options in favor of just throwing out Dragunov's busted offense. Now, I do want to mention, I don't think just anyone can pick up Dragunov and instantly make it to purple ranks or blue ranks or something. But I do think it might be a little easier with him, for sure. It definitely feels like I've been getting away with a little more than I should, especially after playing Nina. So those are my thoughts on my main character, Dragunov, in Tekken 8. He feels really strong. He feels crazy strong. The heat system is, while in heat, his unblockable tackle is maybe not the most exciting thing in the world, nor his unblockable feint grab is the most exciting. That all gets rounded out by the fact that his heat burst is crazy strong, 3-hit mid, tracks on, like retracts in the middle of the hit, and gives you nuts plus frames. Overall, it's just crazy good. Dragunov is in a rough spot, and I'm glad I didn't make a video that's like, oh, I'm so good because I got super good with Dragunov, here's what to do. However, do expect that video once I get blue ranks with Nina, because Nina is probably my new favorite character. I'm gonna drop Dragunov for her because she's really cool. And this was a really off-the-cuff video. I don't know what the point of it was. My plans for a Tekken video kind of got washed when I saw the overall sentiment towards Dragunov, and so I pivoted a bit. So I hope you've kind of liked this off-the-cuff video about just how strong Dragunov is. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple balance changes in the future. I don't think he's broken. I just think he enables a hyper-aggressive playstyle that can be a little tough to turn the tables on. So yeah, thank you all so much. If you enjoy fighting games, I play fighting games every Sunday, and I try to run a tournament. Currently, we've ran 2 Tekken 8 tournaments. We'll probably be Tekken 8 in April as well. But I run fighting game tournaments with my community once a month with a $50 prize pool. So definitely, if that's something you're interested in, come try it out. It's like a casual tournament setting to get some experience. Otherwise, I will catch you all later. Keep an eye out for that Tekken video once I get good at Nina.